Welcome back. We're giving you a taste of the tropics. Our flower design expert, Jay Schwanke, is here to show us how to make a cool sort of tropical centerpiece, and I love this.
Well, and you know what? So many times we talk about flowers.
Yep.
Today we're talking about foliage.
Okay.
So it's all about the leaves and the cool tropical textures that they have with all the wonderful foliages that are available.
If you're ever on the islands or out on vacation, that's really where you see these really great leaves and like plants and
leaves that are as big as you and I
big as
together.
your like entire body, or just massive.
Yeah.
So this is cool.
All of the leaves today came from Amy's orchid, so they were all shipped in from Thailand for us.
Really? Okay.
And some of them you'll recognize because this one is a Dieffenbachia. A lot of people have this in their house.
Yeah.
But again, great foliage for us too. And so we can use these different textures of different types of leaves to create a beautiful arrangement.
Okay.
We've got these wonderful philodendron leaves. This one, very narrow. You know, they're pretty and sexy like you. You know, they got that nice little narrow waist and everything. That's great. I mean, you got to have that sexy part in there too. And then these that are. This is an aurelia, so it's got great texture for us. And you'll see over here, I used an aurelia, and I used one of those sexy leaves off the side.
I love that leaves can be sexy. Who would have thought?
Exactly. And so we've used them together in there. Now, when you look at that, it has a very Asian feel to it,
yes,
a Zen feel, so it's wonderful. A couple of leaves, and it's very elegant, because I think, we think about it being more tranquil and things like that, too. And we've got bird nest fern. This is great, because it's got a little ruffle on it.
Yeah.
Pretty ruffly.
This is a pretty flower.
Yeah. And this one actually grows so it looks like a nest.
Okay.
We've also got colorations, too, because the tea leaves come in reds, and they also come in greens.
Tea leaves.
So we can bring different types of those together as well. So we've got things. This is also a red emerald leaf, too, which is a relative of this guy over here. It's a philodendron, but it's got a great red veining on the backside, so that's pretty wonderful too.
Like that.
So, when you're going to create an arrangement like this, you pick out a vase. Now, we've used this vase before many times. It's just a green vase, but you might want to think about choosing something that's more interesting, and you commented about this.
This is probably the coolest vase I've ever seen.
Okay.
I love
this. This is a Fenton glass vase, 1960s, circa 1960s.
Yeah.
One of my favorite vases. And the vase itself is so interesting, so it allows us to do some cool stuff with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our leaves, and we'll start with one of those ruffled leaves, because that kind of mirrors that ruffle that we have going on inside there. And we'll slip two of those inside there, and we'll bring this one over, and we're going to break it. Just in one spot so that it hangs there off to the side, okay? Now with a little bit more texture and a little bit more coloration, we're going to use this guy too. And that Dieffenbachia leaf adds interest to that as well.
And Jay, on the end of these leaves, you have some sort of water source.
This is put on them in Thailand. Okay?
Okay.
They use a piece of cotton on the end so that it has a water source as it travels in the FedEx box all the way here.
Okay, so if you were to order these, then that's how you
When you get them from your florist
you can get
or your flower seller, they're going to look like this.
Okay.
Okay? But that's on there just to make sure that everybody arrives safe and sound, that they have moisture while
so that we don't need to have the water source attached.
No, you don't.
When you put them in. Okay, making sure.
Right. We're going to take that little guy off, and so I just cut that little guy off its end, and I pull off the rest of that cellophane, and I bring two of those inside here. So now see what starts to happen is we've got those different textures going on. We've got that wonderful bent leaf. We've got those other pieces happening inside there. And then I can take wonderful textured aurelia and go right in the center with that. And suddenly, I've got a nice, great assortment of leaves inside that beautiful vase.
This is really pretty. Would you use any other color vase? I mean, can you use whatever color vase you want? Or I wasn't sure if you wanted to stay with the green theme.
You can,
something like this.
I love to stay with the green theme, but you can use any color vase that you have. Because again, you could also use foliages from your yard. So maybe you're going out and trimming off maybe a piece of your redbud tree, or maybe some of your forsythia branches, or maybe some iliagnus, and bringing those in and putting them in your vase together. Because it can be something that you can make right out of your yard with things from your lawn.
Would it seem strange to add any flowers to this?
Well, good question. I grabbed a couple over there today just to show you
that
it's not unheard of to take a couple of orchids, one singular flower, and place that inside there, or two, and look at how great that pair looks inside there. Because suddenly, then they're an accent to the beautiful foliage.
Yeah, and they're not taking away from how pretty the leaves are. You know, if you were to stick a big rose in there, I mean, obviously your eyes would go towards the rose.
You know, though, I would like that. That's focal area too. You know what? There's no rules with flowers.
I love it. Maybe that's why I like flowers so much. That's why you don't like it. That's why you love flowers so much, because there's no rules.
I know, exactly. Because the great thing is we learn about the elements and principles of design, but then we learn how to break those rules sufficiently. And so when we do something, because people usually say, 2 flowers, 4 flowers. Oh, I should always use 3 or 5. Now you can use 2 in this arrangement. We've got different unions of different types of foliages that also support those elements and principles of design.
Beautiful idea.
Cool.
Thanks, Jay. Love it. For more information about Jay and you Bloom, just go to our website and click on those Take 5 links. Stick around. We'll be right back.